This here is an article from the Mail Online. It's called Aged Out. Leonardo DiCaprio, 47, splits with Camille Marone just months after the model turned 25, as actor is known for not dating anyone over their mid-20s. This is from August 31st, 2022. And fair warning, this is relationship stuff, gossip, not heavy news here. Once in a while, I cover these when the news is slow, and if it's someone I'm kind of interested in. Here we go. Leonardo DiCaprio and his model-turned-actress girlfriend Camila Morrone have reportedly called it quits after 5 years together. The 47-year-old Academy Award winner and the 25-year-old beauty quietly ended their relationship early this summer, a source close to Leo claimed to The Sun on Tuesday. The latest breakup seems to reinforce a pattern the once-upon-a-time Hollywood star had established of never publicly dating a woman over 25. I've heard that joke before, but I guess it's actually true. Maybe he's got something in his brain where he's like, I just can't date someone over 25. Come to think of it, I don't think I'd date anyone under 25. The reason is, not superficially, not because I think I'm so elitist or anything, just because you want to have your lives together. You want to have plans for the future kind of on the same wavelength. That age gap really creates something that's like, well, 10, 15 years from now, what are you going to be thinking? Kind of unpredictable. But on the other hand, I see why these stars do it. Like, I'm a little younger than Leo, but I still feel great. I feel fine. I don't really feel like I'm this old guy. I feel about as good as I did ever, really. I could tell my body's not quite like it was in the 30s and 20s, but I'm wrestling my kids. I'm jumping around. I'm energetic at work. I mean, there's just no huge difference yet. So it feels to you like you're the same person on the inside. And I think that's one reason these guys do it. They got all this money. They feel fine. Even they feel great sometimes. So they just don't really change the age they're dating. That's my personal little opinion. Insiders close to DiCaprio claimed to the publication that he and Marone had been growing apart recently. I know, it's always the thing. It's natural. It happens to everyone, famous or not, but, that's what they always say, no matter what actually happened. Leo and Camila ended their relationship over the summer, a source said. There are no bad feelings between them. It just came out to a natural conclusion. Okay, sounds good. Fair enough. And they go to mention that Leo is 22 years older than her, and that her mother actually dated Al Pacino. All right. Again, interesting little tidbit. And they go on here to say that she got together with Leo in 2017. They went to Ellen DeGeneres' birthday party. I'm sure that was a blast. Ellen turned out to be a super sensational smash hit in the final stages of her career, I guess, but I wouldn't go, but okay, good for them. And then another source told People they were thinking about getting engaged. Where do all these sources come from? Where do all these inside sources who are friends with famous people run to People and The Sun and these media websites to just blurt out all this information? On one hand, I'm thinking, do they really have a source? On the other hand, though, I'm thinking people who mingle with them, hear things, they're at parties, maybe they just can't help themselves. They're like, I gotta tell somebody about Leonardo DiCaprio, this and that. They just call up people or whatever, and they just want to let it out to feel special. So that could be. It's just a shame that at some point the source can't be revealed. Maybe like a 5-year rule or something like that, like a 3-year rule. The info goes into The Sun, info goes into People or whatever. They've got a contract where they're going to release publicly who said it after a certain amount of time. So maybe people would think before they just blurt out stories that might be true or might not be true. And it says they weren't always walking red carpets together, which was the same thing with Momoa and Lisa Bonet. They stopped walking red carpets together. So I guess that's like a sign for famous people that they might be breaking up. I guess we'll look out for that. And here, I don't know, I think this is a good point. My God, people are so mean and full of anger with people they know nothing about, she wrote in her Instagram stories in response to the controversy. I guess I just hope on this Friday that people learn to live with little less hatred and place their time and interest elsewhere, because living without hatred feels pretty good. So I think this was from Camila's Instagram. I don't see where it says in the article. Maybe they left that out, but I think so. But anyway, it's a good point that sometimes we might take things too seriously and go too far about people we don't actually know. Now I know what you're thinking, the elephant in the room. I covered that first heard a lot, but there's a difference there. I mean, after you've seen years of evidence compiled, it's a little different to make an opinion than, say, Leo and his girlfriend, who we really just don't know much about. Also, you know, there was audio recordings for Depp and Heard, so that's another big difference, and there was a lot of them, not just a couple of clips of a couple of minutes or something like that. There was quite a bit. So that was an exception, but in general, I see what this person's saying. It might be good to take a step back a little bit once in a while, unless you really, really know what's going on. And I won't mention names, but I think that goes for politics too. Like, a lot of people jump to judge real quick, especially on the opposite side of the aisle. And I don't know, same general principle. Got to get a wide range of facts and collect evidence for a long time before you could really say for sure what's up. So I like to play the middle quite a bit. And then the article goes on to include a bunch of fluff we're not going to read. I mean, I'm interested in basic facts and things like that, but the real fluff stuff, we'll skip it. Then they go on to praise Leo for fighting climate change. Now, I won't get into it, this is political, but here's the fact. Whether climate change is what the left claims it to be or what the right claims it to be, Leo is using a private jet. A private jet is not good for the climate. So everybody on both sides should be like, Leo, you're against climate change, but you're using a private jet. Well, that only says one thing. That only says he thinks his life is so important that he needs a private jet to fly to film movies, to exclusive restaurants, to movie premieres. It's so important, but the rest of the world should help fight climate change. Sorry, I'm not buying it. Not a good thing, Leo. If he did really believe it in his heart, it was a big goal of his, and Jason Momoa, it was a big goal to fight climate change, well, dude, get rid of your private jet. I don't know if Momoa uses one. I'd have to Google it. I'm not talking about him, but I bet he does. At least, given from companies and things like that if he doesn't have his own. You guys, let me know what you think down below. Doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. One more thing. That trash can got in there at an odd time. So we got Leo walking with his girlfriend near the trash. Maybe symbolic, maybe not. I don't know. You be the judge. All right. Rant done for now. See you next time.